I made over $4,900 today in only 2 hours using this TradingView indicator. I'm going to give you all the full breakdown, start to finish, of this trade idea from how I found it to how it came to completion. I'm not holding anything back, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video because you're not going to want to miss it. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the chart work. All right, everybody, so we're on NZDJPY on the 15-minute time frame. So it's a pretty simple short continuation setup. And as you can see, my TradingView indicator prints everything for me automatically. This is the Currency Pro's Golden Zone indicator. It takes care of Fibonacci, break of structure, market structure pivot points, and imbalance. Now, we have some new features coming up that are going to be super exciting. I'm not going to spoil them just yet, but it's going to add even more confluence and simplicity to this indicator to simplify and streamline the trading process for all of our members. I'm really excited about this because this is actually something that I use every day in my trading, whether it be swing trading or day trading. I use this indicator for everything. I eliminated the need for manual chart work because I felt that it's an unnecessary step in the trading process. For those of you who have been on this channel for a while, you know that this is a pretty mechanical strategy. Now, no strategy is 100% mechanical. There's obviously a little bit of discretion involved in every trading decision, but I would say 90% of it is mechanical. So why shouldn't that be coded into something that can be automatically done for you? So my reasoning behind this was if I could simplify the chart work process, then I can focus more of my mental energy on decision making. And allocating that mental energy towards decision making has made me a more successful trader because rather than focusing on mundane little tasks in the chart work, I can now just sift through my watch list and find good trading opportunities a lot faster than I did before. Now, I don't want to ramble too much about the indicator itself. Let's talk about the trade setup. But in terms of the actual entry criteria, obviously we can see that momentum was to the downside this morning. This was during the peak hours of New York session. The trade took place between 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. Now, when I'm day trading, this is my favorite time to trade. I'm from Toronto, Canada, so we go by Eastern Standard Time here, which is the same as New York. So during these hours is when I'm most active as a trader. Now, when it comes to swing trading, I could care less about timing. I can execute a trade at any point in time during the day, any day of the week. I don't care if I hold it through the rollover period, hold it through the weekend. Doesn't matter to me. Swap fees are nothing in the grand scheme of things. But when it comes to day trading, timing is a little bit more important. There's obviously peak times of day to be trading where momentum is most present. So going back to the trade setup itself, we can see obvious downward momentum. We have a big bearish move here that caused a break of structure. The Currency Pro's indicator is labeling that break of structure for me. And also there was significant imbalance within this bearish move right here. Now the indicator shows that as well, however, it's already been filled. So let me go ahead and use the replay tool and bring it back to here, which is around the time where I saw the setup in the first place. So as you can see, that gray box is there now. If I just pull up the settings on the indicator, I can actually extend that box and show the label as well, where it will say FVG for fair value gap. So it prints this all over the chart. It shows the active fair value gaps in the current range. You can see there's a checkbox that says show current fair value gap. That enables it to only show the fair value gaps within the current trading range. So that's super helpful as well. If I toggle it off, it'll show me fair value gaps from the previous range. Now let's just turn that back on to stay focused. And I'm going to turn this back down to 1 and turn off the label because I like to keep things very simplistic on my charts. I don't like to have too much noise because I like to stay as focused as possible. So this is basically when I found the setup. It was early hours of New York session. We had a bearish drop to the downside, causing a significant break of structure and leaving behind that imbalance, and then a consolidation moving sideways. This is exactly what I like to see. This is my ideal entry model. Now, this model is the same from a swing trading perspective as it is a day trading perspective. The only difference is timing and time frames. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and hide this position for a second. As you can see, my Fibonacci retracement is set to 71%. If I open up the indicator, there's 2 levels I could set here. If I wanted to, I could enable the 50%, or I could change these numbers to whatever I'd like. I prefer the 71% for my entry. And again, it automatically prints it for me. So based on these structure points, it identifies the current trading range and then automatically draws the Fibonacci tool from that range. The cool thing about this is that it automatically adapts to price action. So initially, let me just turn this off for a second actually. Initially, the Fibonacci tool would have been placed from these points here, but then as price dipped below this low here, the Fibonacci tool adapted itself and moved the range a little bit to accommodate for that dip in price. So let me just re-enable the Fibonacci tool. And as you can see, it's printed automatically. Now, when I play price forward and we get into current price action, you'll see how it adapts to new trading opportunities as well, which is really, really cool. So let me go ahead and pull that position back up here. There we go. And let's play price forward and see how it played out. I'm going to briefly interrupt this video to tell you guys about Think Markets. This is the sponsor of this video and a prop firm that I'm extremely grateful to be trading with because they are a broker-backed prop firm. They're backed by Think Markets, which has been a trusted broker in the space for over 15 years. There's some really cool features of this firm that I want to tell you about. They directly integrate with TradingView, which is awesome. You can literally trade your prop firm account directly from TradingView. This is a TradingView partner. That alone is a very powerful sign of credibility. They actually have a 3-step challenge here as well, alongside the typical dual step and lightning 1-step. Very reasonable targets here, very reasonable pricing, and honestly, it's been a great experience for me so far. I'm currently in the process of being funded, and as soon as I am, I'm going to update you guys on that and create some content about the payout process and how everything goes. Now, one of the coolest things is that they accept US customers. Most firms don't allow this anymore, so this is a big differentiating feature here. I have an exclusive discount code in the description of this video, so check that out and give them a try. So there's the trade right there. As you can see, there was very minimal drawdown. It tapped into my entry at 8:30, I believe it was. Yeah, 8:30. There was a big spike to the downside. I knew that was unsustainable. It came back up, tested my entry once more, purged liquidity from this initial high here, and then absolutely melted towards the take profit, resulting in just over $4,900 profit. Now, if I take out the measurement tool and drag it from the entry to the exit, you can see that the trade took about 2.5 hours, just over 2 hours. So very quick take profit. This is a great trade for New York session, and I'm very happy with the outcome. Now, let me play price forward. And as you can see, the Fibonacci tool in the indicator is still adapting. So it'll continuously do this until the range is solidified. So as price is melting towards the downside, this Fibonacci tool is going lower and lower and lower. Now, as soon as price starts significantly retracing back to the upside, then the Fibonacci tool will be locked in place. So it takes a few candles to develop going back to the upside for the indicator to say, okay, this is the solidified low, let's lock in that Fib tool. So only when price begins retracing, we can actually look for trading opportunities. So as you can see way back here, there was a lot of bullish candles moving to the upside and the Fibonacci tool locked in place. And then and only then I was confident in setting an order at the 71%, which also conveniently landed right on this imbalance. So that's pretty much all I wanted to go over on the 15-minute time frame. Now I'm going to toggle to the 4-hour time frame to give you all the higher time frame perspective, because this is very important and this is something that a lot of day traders actually miss when analyzing potential trading opportunities. So let's go to that. Make sure you stick around till the end of this because it could actually change your day trading perspective. All right, so here we are on the 4-hour time frame, which is by far my favorite time frame. It's a really good hybrid time frame for day trading and swing trading. So what I mean by that is when I'm day trading, I like to use the 15-minute in combination with the 4-hour. When I'm swing trading, I like to use the 4-hour in combination with the daily time frame. So when I'm looking to get involved with a day trade on the 15-minute time frame, I always check the 4-hour time frame to decipher my overall bias for this asset that I'm trading. Now, deciphering a bias is something that confuses a lot of people as well, so I'm going to simplify it as much as possible. Let me zoom out a little bit. So as a whole, NZD-JPY on the 4-hour time frame is pretty much moving sideways, right? It doesn't take a very educated trader to notice that it's moving sideways. However, that doesn't mean that there's no opportunity. It just means that there's no established trend just yet. So you can still apply your entry model and take advantage of buying and selling opportunities, but because there's no established trend, you can't really have a long-term bullish or bearish bias. So whatever trades you get involved with have to have kind of a short-term mentality behind them because you know that things could change at any moment. Now, with that being said, let's take a closer look here. The thing that stood out to me the most here was this trend line liquidity. So whenever there's consistent highs like this moving in an ascending line, that's a bit of a warning sign for me because people like to buy at trend line touches. To clarify what I mean, if I just extrapolate this out a little bit, people are looking to buy every time the trend line gets hit, thinking that price will just continue on and on for the foreseeable future. But that's just simply not how it works because the market runs on liquidity, and liquidity is where people place their stop losses, where all the money is sitting. So whenever I see a trend line like this and multiple lows in this bullish example that haven't been tested yet, that makes me think that soon there's going to be a very disruptive bearish move that's going to clear all the liquidity from beneath these lows, right? I'm printing these dollar signs here to represent all the stop losses that are going to be placed beneath these lows. Price is going to seek out that liquidity to add more fuel to the market. So let me just clear all of these drawing tools. Once again, I saw this as trend line liquidity. So my bias was immediately bearish to the downside. Now that doesn't mean that there's going to be a long-term bearish trend just yet. Who knows if this is going to happen, right? I don't know that yet. I'm just trying to take advantage of current price action and what I'm seeing in front of me right now. Now, as you can see, that's exactly what happened. This trend line has been violated today with this big bearish break of structure to the downside. It was a very impulsive move that I was able to capitalize on the 15-minute time frame, which I just showed you. And from the higher time frame perspective, everything checked out. The trend line traders who were buying here got absolutely obliterated, obviously. And those of you who understand liquidity were most likely able to capitalize on this opportunity, including myself and many of my community members. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little trade recap on NZD/JPY. Now, speaking of my community members, I wanted to take a look inside our Discord community, which is private for members only. And I want to show you what my members have been up to. All right, now we're inside the Currency Pros trading community on Discord. So this is a private invite only community. It is not free, so don't bother asking for an invite link. If you want to join, you can click the link in the description of this video. But I'm in the profit and loss channel right now, which is just basically a channel where all our members can share their wins and losses, because there's something to be learned from each of them, right? It's important for us all to be transparent about our wins and our losses, because if we're only posting about our wins, that creates unrealistic expectations for other traders. So I encourage our members in this channel to share their losses as well as their wins, so other maybe more experienced members can chime in and provide some feedback that could maybe help prevent those losses in the future. Now let's take a look at what our members have been up to lately. We've got this one here, great trade today. We actually had a lot of people winning today, which is fantastic. We've got a CAD Yen 15-minute day trade, beautiful. Let me just scroll up here. This one's really cool. This member shared with the community all the trades that he took this month, which is really awesome because he included wins, and this is another win here, GBP USD from the 4-hour time frame. And then he's sharing his losses too, right? We got to be transparent about that. So he took a loss on Euro USD on the 4-hour time frame. Another loss here, unfortunately, AUD JPY on the 4-hour time frame. So as you can see, he's following the same rules every time. He's got the same setup every single time, but he's winning and he's losing. But fortunately, the winners are much bigger than the losers and more consistent than the losers. So I really love when our members share stuff like this. Puts a smile on my face. It makes me really happy. Now, if I scroll up a bit, we've got another member who just closed out a 4-hour swing trade on Aussie CAD. Beautiful, beautiful trade using our indicator. You can see the market structure here, the Fibonacci tool automatically printed, the break of structure automatically printed, the imbalance automatically printed. All the criteria is there for him, and he just executes. That's it. Now, I shared mine here as well. I'm active in this chat as well. So this is my NZD/JPY trade. That's the trading view perspective. And then there's the execution proof on my MetaTrader 5 with the result there. You can see the stop loss, the take profit. I was charged $51 in commission. You can see everything there, the lot size, everything. So I like sharing and being active in the community as well. We've got more members sharing their trades. This is on GBP USD on the 4-hour time frame as well. We've got some more up here, NZD USD TP plus 3R. This guy's entering at the 75%, so it's a consistent 1-to-3 risk reward ratio every time. Absolutely crushing it. I just love to see this, guys. We're all trading the same strategy. We each have a little unique twist on it because I think trading is a very personal journey. So what I do is I teach the framework. I provide everybody with the blueprint and the tools to make it happen easier. And then everybody puts their unique little spin on it. So we're all trading the same strategy, but a little bit differently. Now, this is important, right? We've got losses in here as well. And you can even see this member saying his psychology's off. Something's got to change here. And then we've got other members chiming in with advice. So this is one of the main benefits of being part of a trading community, especially one like Currency Pros. So if I just scroll up more, we've got some more TPs being hit. Like, it makes me so happy to see this, guys. We've got too many profitable traders in this community, a ton of funded traders in this community, which makes me even more happy. People getting involved with prop firms at a very low risk and getting consistent payouts. We've got a lot of funded members in this community. Here we've got some stop losses being hit, but some TPs being hit as well. Like I said, the winners are always bigger than the losers, so it's great to see everybody being transparent. Now, this is just the profit and loss. We've also got a section for swing trades and day trades. As you can see, members are sharing their setups ahead of time, getting advice, getting feedback on them before they actually take place, which is another fantastic feature of a trading community. You get that real-time feedback from myself included. Like, a lot of people tag me in things just like right here. How do I choose a range in this case? And I gave him some feedback on that he can immediately implement. I don't want to ramble too much about this. I just wanted to showcase a little bit of what's going on in our community. Sometimes I'm very quiet about this because I'm not a very salesy guy. I'm not trying to like lure you into something. But the community is always active every day. We've got about 1,900 people, just under 1,900 people in this community, all very dedicated, active traders So there's always something going on here. Just a reminder too, we do live sessions every week. I post case studies, I post my weekly analysis and weekly recap videos, and I have my track record here for everybody to see as well. Just wanted to give you all a little rundown on the community itself and showcase some of the trades that are in here. Now, there's one that I want to show you, which is back on TradingView, because I don't know how long ago it was in the chat. I'm not going to be able to find it, but there was a member who was trading on the daily time frame, and he just crushed 2 trades in a row. So I briefly want to show you that on TradingView to give you guys a bit of a different perspective. All right, so we're back on TradingView. This is GBP CAD on the daily time frame. One of our members shared this, and I had to save it and mark it up on my end just to visualize what he was thinking and what he was going through and how he actually utilized our strategy to capitalize on these trading opportunities. And it's super, super cool seeing people trade from the daily time frame, because by adapting our strategy to this much of a higher time frame perspective, you're able to take advantage of the market while doing literally anything else in life. Like, you could work a full-time job, you could own another business, you can be traveling the world, you can do pretty much anything and still take advantage of the market in this way. As you'll notice, this is the exact same strategy that I was just explaining on the 15-minute time frame. Like, the entry criteria is all the same, and our indicator can be used to print all of this automatically, which it did. It's showing the break of structure here as well. Let me quickly grab the measurement tool, and I'm going to drag it from the moment that this trade was entered to the moment where the second trade was exited. And that is 84 days, okay? That's obviously a long time. Keep in mind, this is only one asset. This is GBP CAD. You could have a watch list of 20 to 30 different assets and be trading all of those using this exact same style. So it's not necessarily the case where you'd only have 2 trades across 84 days. That's a bit much. That's almost 3 months. But again, keep in mind, this is only on one single asset. So it just truly shows how passive trading can be. Like, if you don't have the availability to do what I just showed you on NZDJPY at the beginning of this video from the 15-minute time frame during peak New York session hours, maybe you work during peak New York session hours, or maybe you have to take your kids to school or something, or maybe you live in a different time zone and just can't do that. But if you utilize the strategy and adapt it to a different time frame, then you can literally trade passively and still reap the benefits of being a trader. So let me measure these individually. From start to finish, this trade took 16 days. Now, the risk reward ratio is 2.45R. So you can do the math yourself, extrapolate that based on the capital that you trade with, or even beyond the capital that you trade with. You could extrapolate that towards the amount of prop firm funding that you're currently going for. Maybe you've got 400K in challenges going right now, or 200K in challenges. 2.45R is a great return if you're trading a $200,000 account and risking 1%, 2%, 3% per trade. This can be life-changing money, and this trade right here only took 16 days to play out. Now let's measure the next one here from start to finish. That one was 27 days. So this one took almost a full month to play out, but that's fine because you're not doing any work for it, right? You're just entering the trade, holding it till completion, and then moving on to the next one. And again, just as a reminder, this is only one asset class. This is one currency pair, GBP CAD. There's a whole list of other pairs that you can have on your watch list, and there's constant opportunity. This was more of a technical trade breakdown style video, and I really wanted to take the opportunity to shout out some of the members in the Currency Pros community, because everybody's just been absolutely killing it, and it makes me so happy to see. It makes me have like a proud dad moment, because they're all utilizing the same strategy but personalizing it to their own liking, to fit their lifestyle, to fit the way their mind processes things, yet it's all the same general framework. And it's very fulfilling for me to be helping other people in this way. A lot of people say, well, if you're such a good trader, like, why are you teaching? Why are you making content? I have a lot of free time, to be quite honest. I mean, this doesn't take very much time. I'm predominantly a swing trader. I like to take trades just like this, or on the 4-hour time frame is my preferred time frame, but I'll take daily entries like this as well. And it really doesn't take much time. So lately I've been adding a lot of other things to my life aside from trading, because it really takes such little time. But because of that, I'm able to spend time creating content, managing my community, and developing tools for traders. I'm really excited about this indicator. I'm going to pull up the settings once more so you guys can get a better idea of it. There's a lot of really cool developments coming soon. I'm adding a few features here, working with an amazing developer that I've known for a few years now. He's super talented. He's an SMC trader himself, so he understands these things on a very detailed level. So as I scroll through the settings here, we've got order blocks as well. I don't personally use that in my trading, but if that's a confluence that you like to pay attention to, then you can certainly enable those. It's a very helpful feature for a lot of members. We've got so many customizable features here. And as I said, there's some really major major updates coming soon, including liquidity being one of them. It's going to automatically identify and annotate liquidity purges for you, as well as potential resting liquidity that you may have otherwise been unaware of. So that's going to be really beneficial as well. And again, I'm really keen on developing these tools for traders because the more simplified you can make your chart work process, the more mental space you will have to actually make proper decisions and stick to your plan without getting emotional or without getting flustered. So that's why this is so important, and that's why I'm focusing so much on it. So if you want instant access to this indicator, you can click the link in the description of the video. It'll lead you to our website. And with the indicator, you also get access to the Discord community, to our 2.0 video course that explains the entire strategy from start to finish in great detail. You'll get access to all of our case studies and many other benefits as well. So with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you like the video and leave a comment down below and subscribe for future content.